I feel proud, guys, because we finally did it after 3 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks?
More, I think more.
This idea born?
I bought the microphones when we were in Kerafnos.
Yes, because we talked not in Kerafnos, in AEK, right? Because we had no in Kerafnos, right? In Kerafnos,
it was the same morning we were going to the shooting around, and I told you I'm thinking to start to film some videos by myself or make some formations videos, and we said, okay, and why we don't put a microphone on our talks, deep talks?
But this discussion came during the flight, right?
Yes, it happened on the flight.
It's true.
It happened on the flight. First, Pedro was saying how he started something, and then I was like, "Yeah, I got a YouTube channel that I did this on when I was in the Olympics." And then, yeah, that's true. That's true. It did start on the flight.
It's a good point right now to think about what exactly brought us closer.
I think that not everybody likes talk deep.
I think one thing that brought us closer is these mics, because now we're sitting like super close to each other.
Yes, this is super close.
Yeah, we're sitting a lot closer than
this
we've ever
could
been.
be funny, but
You like it?
not so much.
You like that? You like when I talk? When I talk to your ear, you like it, my friend?
This is just free topics. This is just free topics for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that the thing who connect us is that we talk about it already. But we really like to know the point of view of other people about one topic, and we feel really interested the opinion of the people, because at the end we don't want to have be right always.
Yes,
we want to learn.
right.
We want to if you can add it 0.1% more of knowledge on me, I'll be super happy. I think that we are that perfect of people. We like to know.
I think I think when I brought up the word egotistical, I think every human has an ego, but I think the thing that the opposite of being egotistical is open-minded. And I think us as being 3 individuals that's open-minded creates us to be so deep and connect as much, because we still aren't. We are different at the end of the day, but we still are willing to hear each other's point of view and still listen and learn from the point of view. So when you got 3 minds or multiple minds that are open-minded, it creates a bond and connection far more stronger than any other connections that can be. Like, you can have 2 egotistical people in a room. As much as they are the same characteristic-wise, they're not connecting. You get what I'm saying? Like, when you're open-minded individuals, it creates a bond far more, because you're allowing each other to be yourself, and you're accepting for that person or them persons to be themselves. I love that. I love it. Love it. Love it.
For me, always being a guy that I like to talk deep and open discussions and go. I have to tell you that I don't feel that the most of the people that I know, they are really interested in this. Maybe they are not egoistic also, or maybe they are, I don't know. But they are not so much interested to go, because the deeper you go sometimes, the more depression maybe brings.
Yeah. If you don't have confidence of yourself and you don't meet yourself good, can give you a fear feeling, know really good how you think about something and how you understand the life.
Bravo.
If you're not confident within yourself, being open-minded can bring more depression. Oof.
Yeah, I think so too. And then
you can find some shadows inside of you, and that could be.
Me feeling a guy that I believe that I have a very, very high empathy. I don't want to bring people in this bad position. So many times I don't open topics that I really enjoy with people, because I feel them that they are not feeling safe there.
Safe.
Yes, they don't feel safe, no.
That's a good word right there.
And before you come here, we started this, not Smokey Topic, but we had Smokey Topics many times with Pedro, because Pedro gave me the feeling that I can talk to him, and he feels so comfortable going deep.
Yep.
And actually he enjoys this. And when I find this kind of people, I like really the connection. I feel like that, okay, I'm happy. I can really go deep and let's talk about things. And in the end, uh, we will come out of this deep, let's say, hole, maybe stronger, not weaker.
Yep, that's why when we talk to certain people who may not have that comfort zone in being open-minded or going so deep, you see that they are willing to be apologetic about what they say, even though that's truly what they mean. But because they're not safe completely within themselves, they'll speak their mind, but then apologize. Like, hey, I don't want to be offending you, because they haven't been involved in enough of these type of talks. I think that's huge. These type of talks are huge when it comes to creating a safe impression of yourself and being able to self-reflect. I love it. I love it, man. But at the end of the day, us as the three individuals we got to continue to build the safety within ourselves to continue to be who we are. And us having each other creates that. And we're getting better as people more and more as much as we have these conversations. It's deep. It's deep. We're improving who we are when we have these Smokey Topic talks. For sure.
For me, I really enjoy when we go down there and I have your idea, because the more we create this bonding, the more we create the trust between each other. And really, when with Pedro is happening already from last year, but also with you is happening more and more now.
And easy.
When you tell me something, you really shaking my world.
Yeah.
Because of this bond, I say, okay, if Keith says this, okay. It's different because I was always anyway open-minded. I like to hear opinions, but the more you create this bond, the more trust you build. The more trust you build, the more open you are. So it's like a circle, I think. And Keith, before you come here, what did you think about how you were thinking?
Man,
What do you think that
exactly. What
you
do you
will
think
find here?
once again, being an open-minded individual, I never really thought about what I would find here. I just thought about what I could provide. So I never really thought about like, man, I think I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that. It was always for me to sustain who I am, be open-minded. It was always I'm gonna be open on what I receive, but I was more focused on what I'm gonna give. But now that I have been here for 3 months, now for my receiving aspect, now I want to receive more understanding of who I am as not just a coach, but who I am as a human developer. Because of course my title is player development and things like that, but I value being a person that can develop the human more than anything. So now the things I expect now I'm able to develop what I expect out of this whole experience of being away from my family and being in a different country, things like that. It's now more so I expect to receive multiple different personalities that will teach me more about myself and how I can impact other people. So that's the main thing that I really want to get out of this whole experience.
You, working with Dennis many years, you were coming to Germany, and not only in Germany, but you were going also with him in World Cup and Eurobasket. So you were living in different countries. But this is the first time that you are living so long, right, out of your country. Yeah?
Yep.
How is this experience so far for you? It's different because you don't have.
It's very different. I've been out of the country with Dennis for a totality of 7 years, but it was strictly business. I never was able to develop personal, I never was able to develop personally because I would just, in my mind, I'm like, I'm coming out here dealing with business. I would always focus on Dennis as a one individual. I never really focused on multiple personalities. Like, I know his teammates and his coaches. I always I'm here for Dennis. I'm here for Dennis. I'm here for Dennis. So now this is completely different Because it's now for me. Like this is really a selfish moment for me, where now I'm focusing on me and what I can do, for everybody and myself, which I always valued as a person. So this experience has just been fulfilling, very fulfilling, more than any other year that I've ever just been with solely just Dennis, because now I'm able to really just focus on me. Of course, because like I said, me being someone who always wants to impact others, that's just who I am. So as much as I am impacting others, and that's what I feel like my purpose is, as from God, this is still my focus.
So you focus on you in order that you develop others.
Yes.
So you try really to find yourself and improve yourself in order, in the end, to have the best possible outcome in improving others, I guess. Something like this. And how, for you, it's very interesting for me, because the first time I lived outside of my country was 19 years ago. And I was still coaching. I was coaching, but kid. I was a kid.
Yeah.
So for me, it was an experience, unbelievable experience. Me coaching in 22 years old in Poland.
What was your age in that moment?
22.
22.
Yes.
22.
22.
Really
coaching
young.
first league in Poland, my first time. And still, I don't really remember. I mean, I have some memories, but I don't really remember how it was my first time outside of my family, outside of my home. You are here without your girlfriend, for example.
Yep.
How you experience this transition into different country without your let's say close people around you so far?
Because I always aspired to step away. My way of growing up, because my dad is a big personality in the States, within my country. And I always felt like I was under his shadow. So I always wanted to step away.
Okay.
As much as I'm a loyal person, because he built a foundation in the States where he created an empire for me to take over, which I did to an extent, but still deep down inside of me, I always wanted to be like him. As much as I deferred, but deep down I wanted to be like him, but in my own lane. Stepping out into this country, and I didn't I immediately felt this is what I always wanted. So it wasn't this coming here wasn't a struggle for me, because I realized, when as much as it was tough to separate from my family, but it wasn't a struggle adjustment wise mentally, because this is what I wanted, and this is what I told myself immediately. As I was, getting ready to sign a contract, as I was getting ready to give my family my last hugs for a while, and getting on the flight, I always told myself, even when I was struggling mentally, this is what you wanted. This is your time. You manifested this. This is the opportunity that you always cried at nights thinking it was never going to come. So this is I just been fulfilled for every day, even through the ups and downs when I'm feeling homesick. The few times I have, I'm like, you wanted this.
So now, it's an important moment for you.
So you got to embrace this, Keith. You can't, all right, you're going to have down moments for sure, Keith. Like, you're a human. Like, I remind myself every day, but at the end of the day, you're here for a reason. And my reason is to serve God's purpose of impacting others. And he's actually given me the opportunity to do what I always wanted. Like everybody always says, it's not about your path, but it's the path that God has paid for you. So you can't be so selfish. But I feel like me and God has developed a connection where we're on the same page. So yeah, he's put me through a lot of life cycles and made me wait for this opportunity to help me build up to be able to handle this. So now when this opportunity has finally presented itself, it's like, now I look at him like, thank you. You did prepare me. Yeah, there was times I was losing faith, because I thought you weren't listening to me. I thought you weren't seeing my vision. But then he's made me remind, my vision is your vision. So now I'm just walking in faith. I got loyalty to him, and I got so much gratitude and appreciation that, okay, now this is our path. this is our path.
And for me,
and but like you being younger, you being the younger out of me and Costas. Like it's like for me, I'm like when you're from Spain. Of course, this is still Europe, based, but you're out of Spain, like. And it's like you told, like every time you tell me last year, like you struggle with English and things like that, and then now when I talk to you, I'm like, no way you struggle with English. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Some people I know.
Yeah. Of course, I still hear moments where you're like, what's the word? But it's still confused. I'm like, really? You come a long way then if you're saying it was that type of struggle, and then now it makes me want to embrace more. Like now that I'm learning German, I'm like, man, this is going to be a long process. But then I look at Pedro, and then sometimes when I hear you speak in German, I'm like, okay, it's not so I can get this. You know what I'm saying? It gives me the confidence, But I guess and then I direct the question to you, Pedro. How was the adjustment? Because now you've been 1 year in. What would be your adjustment? How has your adjustment been? And then what can some of the advice you would be to me on how to remain comfortable and continue to build on it?
For me, it's simple because for me, it's the last season was my first year living in a foreign country and changed everything. But I understand it as a huge opportunity, as you said. And for me, I have a couple moments of my life. For example, when I was 19, I started university in a different city. I understood it as an opportunity for change things of me, of myself, that I want to change. Because I will go in some place with nobody knows nothing about me. I'm the new guy. I have the opportunity for, okay, let's be better am I right now.
Yeah.
Good. Now the last season for me was the same. When I arrived here, nobody knows nothing about me. And I didn't change nothing because I was comfortable with myself already. But I understand it as an opportunity. So I was not scared. I didn't feel scared of don't talk good English, don't talk the main language of the country, which is German. I have fucking zero idea, I didn't feel as a fear. I didn't feel like a scared of that, of new people. I have a huge responsibility. The communication is a main point of my work. And man, the lesson for me, the first 3 weeks, I can't even pronunciate uncomfortable. Hopefully. Uncomfortable. And I didn't feel fear for that. The best advice I can give you is don't feel fear for try new things and discover new things. There are opportunities to learn something new and be open, and this is the best advice I can give to somebody who will change his life.
And I think this is how this discussion started, because everything starts from confidence. If you have the confidence that, because we are professionals and we are coming in different countries, so that there are people that they take us from different countries, they brought us here to do what we can do. So I think this starts from confidence a lot. When you are confident, then you can really believe in yourself, that you will be able to handle every difficulty. And what I see from you guys, observing you, is that, like me, you can have your alone time. I don't know if I say right in the words in Germany.
Yeah, I value it.
So Pedro used to be also this type of guy, that he has a lot of alone time playing his simulator.
The bath, man, the bath.
The bath. He likes to go for walks. He likes to play with his lights and Amazon Echo in his home. You like to come here and stay by yourself with a shisha, watching video or not, talking with your friends in the States. I'm also big time loner, making my discussions, and what I see similar to the three of us is that we can stay alone. We can get our phones, one shisha or not, and stay alone in one place. For me, the people that they can stay alone and really they don't need to have the feeling that somebody is close to them, they are really confident. I don't know if it's really like this, but to me, if I see somebody sitting alone, eating alone, drinking alone a cup of wine, to me, this guy feels safe being alone, doesn't need to have any validation, any kind of extra outside motivation. And I think that this is something similar to us.
Because you know yourself, you know who you are, and you don't feel. You know what do you like? You know what you don't like. You know how you like the people treat you, and you know how to treat the people. And you are thinking in the how be the wall. This is a super a little bit too deep.
Be my guest, please.
But when, for example, for me, I try to make the people feel comfortable when they talk with me, and for make that you need to know really good yourself. If not, doesn't work. And one topic that I want to put on the table, for you is the first year that you are living alone in the house. Man, for me the last season was the first season and was huge impact at the beginning because when you arrive home and nobody is inside, in good days you are alone with yourself in good days. When it's a bad day, you are alone with yourself in a bad day, and you talk with yourself, and you manage the situation with yourself, and you learn how to. I know the word is how to survive to that situation in a good way, in a bad way.
I have big experience on this because the life brought me a blessing that my mentor brought me in a first league team since I am 22 years old and outside of my home, but still being a kid, 22 years old coach in first league.
Young-minded.
Very young. So I pass through all these situations that fight with depression because a coach, still a young guy that he has to do with old guys, coaching them and going home in bad days, nobody is there, for sure no girlfriends or whatever girlfriend or the family away really far, is really risky. It's really risky what this can bring to you. If you don't handle and if you don't guide your thoughts, can be in a very bad way.
If you don't know yourself, that could be a really bad situation.
Yes.
Because if you are not comfortable with yourself and you don't like yourself, man.
In this age, I think that you don't know nothing. So if I go back right now in my first year living abroad, don't think about coaching, which is a big part because I was making video and going to the practice, so I worked 20 hours basketball in the day. This is very, very risky, and because you are in a point that you don't know yourself. You are really far from knowing yourself. You don't know what is your purpose in life. You don't know what you are doing. You don't know where you are. But when you are strong mentally, which for me you are or you are not when you are 22 years old, no matter if you don't know yourself or not, then you have really to drive your thoughts in a good direction. Sometimes you cannot make it, but this gives you a completely different perspective of life.
Like, and this would be like a vulnerable moment for me. Like Pedro said, you learn a lot about yourself when you go into that house and you're alone. For me, even coming to Germany for so many years, I was in apartments by myself, of course, staying or in hotels by myself. But I had a main focus that this is my job and I'm going back home soon. That changes everything. Here, knowing this is now my home, when we had our first lost, and we went into the VIP room, and I just seen how everybody had different support systems, where it was the players and their girlfriends, or the players just having each other, and then you guys having your wives, and this and that, and then that's when I realized, like, and I hate losing. So that was one of my down that I get down and I start blaming myself or I start thinking heavy on what can I do better, and then I'm like, I go home And I'm like, yo, it hit me. Like I even left that day a little earlier than everybody, because I just couldn't handle that it all hit me at once. Because I never really been homesick. But for the first time, and I always get questions from people back home. You homesick yet? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I can't wait to get back, boom, boom. But I'm loving it. I'm fulfilled. So it was times when that was the first moment I ever been homesick, when I'm realizing like, damn, I really don't have the support I wish I had. And it hit me so hard. And I didn't, like, I went home, I shedded tears. Cause I'm like, damn, I'm really out here by myself and this is for good. You know, I'm like, damn, what am I doing? Like, I asked myself, like, what are you doing here? Like, I questioned myself for about hours. Like, I couldn't sleep. I text all my family, telling them I missed them. My dad immediately called me when I text him. And he knew, and like he doesn't keep up with the games or anything, but he said, y'all just lost, didn't y'all? That's the first thing he said. And I'm like, and he snapped, it kind of snapped me, because I'm like, oh, you know what's going on with me. And that's when I realized that, and he helped me a lot just from that question, because now I'm like, I still do got a connection with my family. Mm-hmm. Like no matter how far I am, I still got them. Mm-hmm. I still know they feel me. I still know I'm on my journey, but I still have what I've always had. It's just distance.
Yes.
And then that's when I was able to come to reality in terms with myself. Like, it's okay. Like, yeah, you're thousands of miles away, but they ain't gone nowhere. They still here for you. And that right there, that moment right there is going to be the backbone of me going forward for any lane I take. Because I know no matter what, I still got my support system anywhere. And I still got people that understand me, still got people that have my back. And that's going to carry me forever. And right now, that's why I fulfill every moment, the ups and downs. I embrace them all.
And we are learning from these moments.
Yeah.
We are learning from these moments. And for you, maybe it's a learning process. And you see this loss was an opportunity to see what you got.
Yeah.
So
yeah. For sure.
It's how you approach the loss in the end. And this loss, this first loss that you had, gave you this feeling of, okay, my family is there. Doesn't matter if it's not here, but it's there for me.
Yeah.
And this is what family is, actually.
And then I found a family within you guys. Like, even the club, the players, everybody, the support system that I built, the friends I built through Dennis. Like, I'm like, then that's when I really, all right, I got my support system that's thousands of miles away, but I got a bond here too with some guys.
We'll find a way.
Yeah.
This is something of our work too, because for us, in our work, you don't know how many years you will be in the same city. And you will be in that city with random people just for 1 year, 2 years, and you will change again, or that people will change. You stay in the city, but the people change. Mm-hmm. And in our work, we are alone, we are far away of our family, far away of our friends, our culture, our food, our weather. And we are much more open for connect with the people because we need as a human. And this is something that happens on our work a lot. Because if I'm from here, from Brunswick, and I'm working in an office, I will not connect on the same level with the people that I have on the work, for example. Mm-hmm. It's different.
Yes.
It's super different. And when I talk with other athlete coaches that they are starting, the most of them, they told me always, they open a topic. It's real that you connect with the people so deep. And you feel when they go away, because with the players, for example, you have a human connection, and they change the team, and you lose that connection daily, you feel empty after that. I find a way for don't feel it, to be honest, because I know since the beginning that this is something that maybe will be for a couple of years and that's it. That doesn't mean that I don't connect with them, or I stop myself for, okay, I don't want to connect with you, like you have a relationship with one girl. It's different. But it's true that we connect with people knowing that will be just for a short time.
Yep.
And in comparison with the rest, for example, I will be with you that season, the next one, and who knows what will happen later.
It's a good point of view, but when I connect with people, like I said before, I'm a loner guy anyway. But when I connect with people, I don't think about the future at all. I don't know.
I started to think about
You
it the
embrace
last
the
summer.
moment.
I don't think
I
about
started to
the
think
future.
about it the last summer because my parents we have a house at the rich
Yes,
house.
the rich house that you have. The
We have
rich
a
people
pool,
from Spain.
and my parents all the summers they make a meeting with all his friends of all their lives. My family, on this in our city, on our hometown, they make a summer event all the summers with the people who they grow up together since they are 20 or 30s. All the life, 30 years with the same people. And I was thinking the last summer, fuck, this is something that will be not available to me. Because in 30 years, all the people who I grow up, they will be in different cities of the world. And I felt
phrases,
a little bit, oh, this is new. This is my life will be different than in a personal way, my relations will be different. And I started to think about it. But until the last summer, was just natural, was okay. But I started to think the last summer, in 30 years, how many stories I will have with the people that I have around. Because in that summer, my parents, man, they start to talk and they are crying, laughing, because, hey, do you remember when we were 30s and we made that, or 40, that. And I think that I will not have that, but I will have different things.
But this is the special thing from our job. I think that yes, but we have different things. Me, for example, if I think about this, I have lived in 6 different countries. I have the culture of Greece. Okay, anyway, I'm Greek, but I know the culture of Germany. I know the culture of Poland. I know the culture of Russia. I know the culture of Kazakhstan. So in the end, maybe I don't have so many stories from our close friends, or my stories from my close friends are mainly from the school time. But I have many stories that I create for people like you, from people like you. This what we have, I think, is not so often, or at least I hope that this happens to you guys every year from now on in your lives. I really hope, because I really enjoy what we have.
Yeah.
But this is not so often. To me, yeah, okay, never happened like this, that we fly to Cyprus and we say in 2-3 minutes we create a podcast.
Yeah,
So let's go.
on a flight.
No,
literally
on the flight, literally in the air.
Literally on the flight.
Yes,
I think that we have to appreciate a lot what we
Yes.
have right now, because it's something that I know. I'm pretty experienced from this job. This is my 19th year. Maybe you can create sometimes with one person and stuff, but this what we have right now. I enjoy it until the end, and I don't think nothing about the future. The only thing I think right now is what we will talk about the next time.
That's a good point of view.
And in the end of the day, this is our moment that nobody will take from us. And this is to me, the definition of connection.
Yep. Chemistry.
Yes, and the real connection of the people. Okay, for sure, at one point we will not be in the same club, we will be in the same country, but I think that we will never forget each other. Somehow, something will happen that maybe after 10 years we text each other and we say, yeah, you remember this flight to Cyprus that we said this stupid guy is okay, yes, let's buy microphones. And this is what communication is about.
Yeah.
This is what connection is.
For sure, if I say a baklava, who's the pronunciation?
Yeah, baklava.
It's Greek, by the way.
Everything is Greek. Everything is Greek. Everything is Greek. The coffee, everything is Greek.
Turkish coffee is Greek.
No, Turkish coffee we call Greek coffee in Greece, so it's Greek.
But no, to wrap this up, because of course Bagu has opened this up to us.
Yes.
But we're running out of time. But to wrap this up, and the moral of all of this is, when it comes to being comfortable, and when you're going to experience your journey, take a leap of faith. And in that leap of faith, you have confidence. Have confidence that it's meant for you. And like Pedro said, have no fear. Have no fear and embrace every moment. have no fear and embrace every moment, the ups and downs, because it's helping you become who you are and who you're destined to be.
This is a good resume of our talk. Plus, what you said before, maybe some people they believe in God, some people don't believe in God. Me personally believe in God. I think, and I run all my life as much as possible because there are many difficulties in the life that you really are lost. Appreciate everything.
Yep.
And when you really believe in this, because it's not fake, this appreciation is not fake, then you appreciate everything and you see every difficulty as a new opportunity.
Yep.
And this is also, I think, something that maybe we can add into this resume.
The worst thing that could happen is that you will learn something new.
Yep. The worst thing. Hey, this is Smokey Topics, episode 1. How we all got to where we are and how we're adjusting.
Cut. My friends. Good.
Mic check, Smokey Topics.